guys, I'm Melissa and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are having a beautiful day today. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you every single thing that I eat and drink in a day as a vegan who follows a lower calorie density way of eating. So if you're new to my channel, basically I started eating this way exclusively since last October 2019, and it has enabled me to lose more than 25 pounds without counting calories and without portion controlling or weighing or measuring the amount of food that I'm eating. Because the food that I'm eating is so low in calorie density, meaning it is kind of diluted by water and fiber. All of the foods that I eat are under 700 calories per pound. If you want to know exactly step by step how to follow a lower calorie density diet, I made a video entailing exactly how to do that in 14 steps. If you haven't seen that one already, I'll link it in the description box of this video. And something that I've been asked by so many of you guys in recent videos as well as on Instagram is, how do you get enough fat eating this way, or how do you get enough protein? And so what I've done is I've put together a list of healthy sources of plant-based protein as well as fats. And I also just want to say that I am not a doctor. I just share what works for me and what I enjoy with you guys here on YouTube. And this is just meant for inspirational purposes. So follow your heart, trust your own instincts, and do what you feel is best for you. All right, I'm going to start my day off with a Bengal Spice Tea and a bowl of cherries and a very ripe mango. If you've never tried Bengal Spice before, I highly recommend it, especially if you like cinnamon. It has a very strong cinnamon flavor and it's delicious. I haven't had it in a while, but it's up there as one of my favorite teas. And I've also got some fresh cherries, which I absolutely love. I love when cherries are in season. And here's my very ripe mango. All right, for lunch I am going to make a salad, and what I'm gonna have in the salad is half a can of chickpeas and some Roma tomatoes, about a third of a red onion, some romaine lettuce chopped up really small. I'm going to peel that cucumber and put half of that in there. And then I'm also going to bake some cubes of tofu and season them with dill and garlic powder. So I'm going to use half of this packet. I'm going to drain the tofu really well, cut it into cubes, about 1 centimeter-ish sized cubes, and lay them out on a baking tray. Put them in the oven at 400 for about 20 to 25 minutes until they're dried out and crispy-ish. And I'm gonna make a salad out of that. And for a dressing, I'm gonna make my own dressing with a bit of fig jam, probably about a tablespoon, some balsamic vinegar, some lemon juice, and then I'm gonna put a bit of warm water and mix it up with a fork to kind of get a lighter consistency. With most of my meals, I just kind of open up my fridge, open up my pantry, see what I've got as far as ingredients, and just make it up as I go. And I recommend extra firm tofu for this. And I'm adding my garlic powder, lots of it, and some dill. But of course you can just use whatever flavor you like. There we go, and I'm just gonna pop this in the oven. Alright, so I've chopped up the veggies and I'm adding in half a can of chickpeas that I've rinsed. And some capers, because I really like capers. These are the ones I'm using. And now I'm gonna go make my salad dressing. Alright, so for the salad dressing, this is super easy. I'm just gonna take a tablespoon of this fig jam. And Alex's mom actually bought me this from, I think, Marshall's or TJ Maxx the other day. So if you're watching, Angela, thank you for the fig jam. You know I love it. So I've got a tablespoon, and it's quite thick, so that's why I've boiled some water in my kettle, and I'm gonna just add that in to kind of water it down a little bit and make it a bit thinner. So I'm just free pouring a tiny bit of water in. And I'm going to add in my garlic powder, a bit of balsamic vinegar, and a splash of lemon juice. And then I have a fork, and I'm just going to kind of whisk it a bit so that it turns into a salad dressing. Now, I'm not a fan of creamy salad dressings, I never have been, so this is as close to a dressing as I'll use on my salad. Often I will just put a splash of lemon or lime juice, and that's all I'll use as a dressing for salad. But since I've got this fig jam, I thought I'd try something a little fancier. It's delicious. It's very sweet and tangy at the same time, so I really like that. And just a reminder, if you are new to my channel, I do not add any oil when cooking because oil is almost 4,000 calories per pound, and it's very, very high fat, very high on the calorie density scale. And so for that reason, I do not use any store-bought sauces or dressings that contain oil. Alright, so here is the seasoned and baked tofu. Now I'm just going to add these pieces to the salad bowl and add in my dressing, and we're done. And chickpeas as well as tofu are both great sources of vegan protein. Alright, for dinner I'm going to be making sweet potato black bean chili, and I'm actually following a recipe for this. I've kind of been thinking about making this chili for a little while, and I'm in the mood for a hearty meal. So I've got the inspiration for this from a recipe on noracooks.com, but I've made a few tweaks. I'm going to be adding in corn, and she uses oil to saute her onions, so I'm not going to be doing that. But I will put the original recipe so that you have all of the step-by-step info in the description box. And then you can see my variation on it. I'm adding a bit of liquid smoke because I like that hickory flavor. And I'm going to be making enough for both Alex and I to have for dinner tonight, and there will most likely be leftovers, maybe for a couple of days, because I'm going to make a lot. Alright, so I'm going to saute these onions in this very large pot that I'm going to be making the chili in, and I'm going to saute these with just a bit of water for about 4 to 5 minutes until they're translucent, and then I am going to add in the diced up sweet potato. The recipe calls for 1 large onion and 1 large sweet potato. I don't feel that the sweet potato is big enough, so I'm adding in 2 tiny ones that I have as well. I've diced it up quite small, and just gonna add it in now to the pot. Okay, now I am going to add in my spices, and I've got some chili powder here. So I am adding in some chili powder. I want it nice and spicy. Okay, now I'm adding in some paprika. If you have smoked paprika, I think that is even better, but I don't. I just got regular paprika right now. Garlic powder. And lots of ground cumin. I like things very, very, very flavorful. So you may want to measure your spices and, put the recommended amount as per the recipe that I'm going to link down below in the description box. But for me, I just load up on spices because I just like things very, very, very flavorful. Now I'm going to add in 2 cans of diced tomatoes with all of the liquid. And at the same time as this, I'm going to make some rice in another pot, and I'm just using some jasmine rice. Now I'm going to add in a few drops of liquid smoke for that nice hickory smoky flavor. And 2 cups of water. All right, now I'm going to add in my 2 cans of black beans, which I have rinsed and drained, and I am going to leave it to simmer for 20 to 25 minutes after that. And because I'm using frozen corn, I'm just going to put that in at the end. I'm going to put that in closer to when this is all ready. All right, I've got my rice cooking here, and I'm ready to add in my corn. Just free pouring some corn in there. And you'll know it's ready when the sweet potato is soft. And right now it's not quite ready, and it's looking like it's drying up quite a bit, so I am going to add in about 8 more ounces of water. All right, now I'm going to make some oatmeal, which is one of my go-to treats when I want something sweet and filling. All right, so I added in my frozen berries, and the heat from the oatmeal is going to melt them a little bit. Got lots of cinnamon, a bit of stevia to sweeten it up even more. And some soy milk to give it a bit of creaminess. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos from me, and check out the playlist on my channel called Weight Loss, where I put all of the videos on this topic in one place. All right, see you next time. Bye.